Hello, and welcome back to Everyday English Academy, the show where we have real conversations in natural English, so you can hear how people actually talk every day. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Hello to everyone listening right now, wherever you happen to be in the world. At home, on the bus, on a walk, we are really glad you are here with us today.
Today's topic is something that affects every single person on the planet, whether they want to admit it or not.
Getting older.
Getting older. And not in a dramatic, sad way, just in a very honest, very relatable way.
Because there are signs, specific, undeniable signs that something has shifted.
And we are going to talk through all of them today.
Before we do, Sarah, can I tell you something a little embarrassing? Please, that is my favorite kind of story. My younger brother came to visit last week. We sat down to watch something together. I turned the subtitles on, as I always do. He looked at the screen, then looked at me and said, "Can you not hear it?"
Oh no, what did you say?
I said, No, I can hear it perfectly fine. I just like to read along. It helps me focus.
Is that true?
Absolutely not. The truth is, at some point in the last few years, the dialogue in films and series got very quiet, and the background music got extremely loud. And now, I genuinely need both the sound and the words on the screen at the same time to understand what is happening.
Mike, I want you to know you are not alone. I do the exact same thing. I actually get slightly annoyed now when I watch something and subtitles are not available.
It feels like a basic right at this point.
It really does. And here is what I find interesting about the subtitles thing. It is not just about hearing. For me, it also helps with accents, with names, with dialogue that is spoken too fast.
Yes! When characters are having an argument and everyone is talking over each other.
Without subtitles, I understand maybe 40% of what is happening.
And you just accept that and keep watching.
Completely. You fill in the gaps with your imagination and hope for the best.
That is a very mature approach to film watching.
Thank you. I think so.
Okay, so subtitles. That is sign number one that you are getting older. We have a whole list today, and some of them are very specific, and some of them are quite funny, and some of them are honestly a little too real.
But the important thing is that getting older is not only about losing things. There are things that genuinely get better too, and we will get to those.
We will. But first, the signs. Let's start with parties.
Leaving parties early.
Yes. Talk to me about this.
Okay. A few years ago, I would arrive at a party at 10 in the evening. Midnight would come, and I would think, it is still early. The night is just beginning. 2 in the morning, still there, still talking, still completely fine the next day.
Those days feel like a different lifetime.
Now, if I am still at a social event at 10:30, I genuinely feel like I deserve some kind of formal recognition, a certificate, a small trophy.
An achievement award for staying past 10.
Honestly. And the strange thing is, it is not even that I am tired. I am just aware of my bed. I start thinking about it. I start doing calculations in my head.
What kind of calculations?
Okay, so if I leave right now, I can be home by 11, asleep by 11:30. That means I get a full 8 hours. I can wake up feeling completely rested tomorrow.
And that thought makes you feel genuinely excited.
More excited than the party, honestly. And the worst part is that when I was 20, 8 hours of sleep meant nothing to me. Now it feels like a luxury I have to plan for.
Sleep has become precious.
Sleep is my most valued possession at this point in life.
And speaking of things you do not appreciate until later, music.
This happened to me recently, and I need to talk about it.
Tell me.
I was sitting in a cafe. A song came on. It was very loud, very fast, very energetic. The people at the table next to me, younger people, were all immediately singing along, every word, completely comfortable with it. And I sat there with my coffee and had absolutely no idea what the song was, who it was by, or what genre it even belonged to.
Did you try to find out?
I did not. I just thought, this is very loud, and went back to my coffee and my thoughts.
Mike, that is something a grandparent says.
I know, and here is the thing. I did not feel bad about it. I felt completely neutral. I just genuinely did not need to know what the song was.
That lack of curiosity is actually its own sign. You stop chasing every new thing.
When I was younger, I felt this pressure to know every new song, every new band, every new trend. Now if something passes me by, I just let it pass.
It is a kind of peace, actually.
A very quiet, slightly caffeinated piece.
We will come back to this idea of not caring, because I think it is one of the best parts of getting older, and people do not talk about it enough. But first, let us talk about something that I think almost everyone can relate to.
What is that?
The accidental nap.
Oh, yes. Immediately, yes.
You sit down on the sofa, just for a moment. Maybe you are waiting for something. Maybe you just need 1 minute of rest. And then you wake up, and it is an hour later, and you have no idea what day it is, what time it is, or how long you have been there.
And sometimes you are confused about the light. You look outside and you cannot tell, is this evening light or early morning light? What happened?
Exactly. And the worst part, the most frustrating part, is that you wake up more tired than before. The nap did not help. It made everything worse. Your body is heavy, your head is foggy, and now your whole schedule is slightly broken.
But would you not take the nap again?
I would take the nap every single time. I have no control over it. I sit down, and the sofa simply takes me.
The sofa is very impulsive. Impulsive means doing something suddenly, without thinking or planning first. The sofa acts impulsively. It does not ask your permission.
It does not. One moment I am sitting and thinking clearly, the next moment I am gone.
I have started to respect the accidental nap. I feel like my body is making a very wise decision on my behalf.
Your body knows things your brain does not.
Exactly. The body says, you need this, and simply takes it.
Okay, listeners, we want to hear from you. What was your first sign that you were getting older? It can be big or small. It can be funny or serious. Even one sentence is enough. We read all your messages and we love hearing your experiences.
Be honest. There are no wrong answers here. The more specific and personal, the better.
All right, one more sign before we move on to the good stuff. And this one is about recovery time.
Oh, this one is real.
When I was 19 or 20, I could go out on a Friday night, come home at 3 in the morning, sleep for 4 hours, wake up on Saturday morning, and just go again. No problem, no consequences.
No recovery period required.
None at all. Saturday was a full, productive day. I might even go out again that same Saturday night.
That sounds like a different species.
It genuinely does. Now one late night, just one, costs me the entire next day. The morning is basically gone. By the afternoon, I am functional but fragile. And by the evening, I am already thinking about going to bed early.
I have started to calculate tiredness before agreeing to plans, like a forecast.
A tiredness forecast. That is exactly what it is.
How late will this event go? Is there anything important the next morning? How far is the location from my home? These are all things I genuinely consider before I say yes to anything.
And there is nothing wrong with that. That is just knowing yourself and your limits.
Very mature, very sensible, slightly boring, but sensible.
Sensible is underrated.
Okay, we promised the good news. And this is the part I actually love talking about because I think people really underestimate the positive side of getting older. Underestimate. That means you do not give something enough credit. You think it is less good than it actually is. People underestimate how good certain parts of getting older actually feel. What would you say is the biggest positive for you, Sarah?
Honestly, not caring what other people think.
Tell me more.
When I was younger, and I mean even into my mid-20s, I spent an enormous amount of mental energy thinking about how I appeared to other people. Every decision, every outfit, every sentence I said in a conversation, I would replay things afterwards. Did that come out strange? Did they like me? Was I too loud, too quiet, too much, not enough?
That kind of internal monitoring is exhausting.
It is completely exhausting. It is like having a second job that nobody pays you for and that produces nothing useful.
And now?
Now, I went to the supermarket last week wearing my worst home clothes. We are talking about an outfit that clearly communicated that I had given up on all personal standards. Old leggings, a large, unflattering jumper, and no particular concern about my hair.
And?
And I felt absolutely fine. Better than fine, actually. I was comfortable, I got my shopping done efficiently, and I thought about nothing except whether I needed more pasta.
Real growth.
Genuine growth. You simply outgrow the need to impress strangers in supermarkets. Outgrow, that means you stop needing something because you have changed and moved past it. It is not a decision you make consciously, you just naturally grow out of it.
And it is not just strangers. I also stopped needing approval from people I actually know. Like, if someone does not like a decision I made, I can hear their opinion and then just not change my behavior.
That is huge. When I was younger, any kind of criticism or disapproval would stay with me for days.
Now it just passes through.
Like water off a duck.
Exactly like that. Very clean, very efficient.
And connected to this, I think you also get much better at knowing what you actually want. Not what you think you should want, or what other people expect you to want. What you genuinely want.
When I was 20, I would go to events I did not enjoy, eat food I did not like, and spend time with people who exhausted me just because I thought I had to say yes to everything.
Because saying no felt rude or difficult?
Now, I say no very easily, politely, but clearly. No thank you. I appreciate the invitation, and I am not coming.
And it is not rude. It is self-awareness. It is knowing what works for you and what does not.
That is a real transition. A transition is when you move from one stage of life to another. The transition from doing things to please others to doing things that actually make sense for you, that is a very comfortable and welcome shift.
And nobody warns you that it is coming. You just arrive there one day.
And it feels like coming home.
Okay, I want to ask you something honest, Mike. Is there nothing you miss about being younger?
Oh, plenty.
I knew it. Let's hear it.
The main thing is energy. Pure, unreasonable energy that existed for no particular reason. At 19, 20, I just had energy. It was always there. I did not earn it. I did not manage it. It was simply available.
Yes, that kind of energy that has no source and no limit.
I could finish a long week, go out on Friday night, sleep for 4 hours, wake up Saturday morning, and feel completely ready for another full day. No coffee required, no adjustment period.
That sounds like a superpower now.
A superpower I did not appreciate because I did not know it was special. Now, getting through a busy week requires planning. I have to protect my sleep, protect my quiet time, build in recovery.
And you have to be honest with yourself about capacity. How much can you take on before something breaks?
Exactly. And younger me had no concept of capacity. I just did everything and the energy appeared.
The other thing I miss is making plans on a whim, being impulsive about it, just spontaneously saying yes to things.
Like when someone calls you at 7 in the evening and says, "Hey, some of us are going to this place tonight. Do you want to come?" And you just say yes, get changed, and go.
No weather check, no thinking about tomorrow, no calculating whether you will be tired. Just yes, and you go.
Now, even a quiet, low-key dinner requires at least a week of planning in advance. Low-key means calm, simple, nothing big or complicated, but even a low-key dinner becomes a full project.
There are multiple messages confirming it is still happening. Several rounds of suggesting dates. Someone cancels, you reschedule, someone else has a conflict, you reschedule again. A final confirmation the day before.
And when you finally all sit down together, the first 15 or 20 minutes of the conversation is everyone talking about how difficult it has become to organize anything.
But the obligations kept everyone busy. Obligations are the things in your life that you simply have to do. You cannot avoid them. Work, family, responsibilities, they fill the week.
So when you do make it to the dinner, you feel like you achieved something.
And the dinner is always worth it.
Always.
Always worth every message and every reschedule.
Let's talk about friendships, because I have an opinion on this that Sarah does not fully agree with.
I slightly disagree. Yes, go ahead and share your opinion.
My opinion is that a smaller circle of friends is not just acceptable, it is actually better. As you get older, your social circle naturally gets smaller. You see fewer people regularly. And I think that is genuinely a positive thing.
I understand what you are saying, but you are making it sound simple and clean. And the process of getting there is not always simple or clean.
You are right. I am not saying the process is easy. I am saying the result is good. The friendships that remain after all the natural drifting, those friendships feel effortless. Effortless means completely natural and easy. No effort required to maintain them.
I have a friend I had not seen for almost 5 months. We met for coffee recently. Within 10 minutes, it felt like we had spoken the day before. Completely natural. No awkward catching up, no distance to close.
That is the quality of friendship that lasts. It does not require constant maintenance to survive.
And I agree with you about quality over quantity. But I think the part people do not talk about enough is how hard it is to keep in touch as life gets busier. Keep in touch means staying connected, checking in, making sure you have not completely drifted apart.
When you are in school or university, you see your friends every single day without any effort. You do not have to plan it or protect it. It just happens because you are in the same place.
Now, you have to actively fight for it. You have to look at your diary weeks in advance and find one evening that works for everyone.
And sometimes it takes 3 attempts to find that evening.
And then someone gets sick and you have to reschedule.
But when it finally happens, those evenings are genuinely wonderful. Maybe better than they would have been when it was effortless.
Because you appreciate them more.
Exactly. You do not take them for granted.
Listeners, which type are you? The one who organizes plans or the one who mostly shows up when someone else has organized them?
Or maybe the one who cancels at the last minute and immediately sends a very apologetic message?